Oh, Divine. Oh, 61!
At just 15 years old, Divine Iheme has taken the sprinting world by storm. The young British sprinter shocked everyone at the BFTTA Indoor Series in London when he shattered the 20-year-old 60-meter world record for his age group, running an unbelievable 6.71 seconds. What makes this even more impressive? He broke the previous record twice in one day, also clocking a 6.72 in another round. To put that into perspective, this record had stood since 2003, set by Jamie Samuels at 6.74 seconds. Divine didn't just beat it, he smashed it. Nicknamed Lightning for his explosive speed, Divine's performances mark the emergence of a rare talent. He is now fourth on the UK all-time under-18 rankings for the 60-meter dash, just 0.02 of a second shy of Mark Lewis Francis's legendary 6.69 from 1999. That's not just fast, it's history in the making. Divine's journey began in Oxford, England, where he grew up in Radley, Oxfordshire. He first got into athletics at Radley Athletics Club. While many teenagers are still trying to find their hobbies, Divine already had a clear direction. He began focusing seriously on sprinting in 2022 at the age of 12, and the results have been nothing short of spectacular.
We're the first in the series of the 100 meters, and Adewale looking very strong again as they come through. And a superb run, a great victory once again. Adewale, ooh, 10-0.
By 14, he had already stunned track followers by running a 10.3 second 100 meters, a time that was nearly a full second faster than what Olympic champion Noah Lyles managed at the same age. And comparisons to Lyles don't end there. Divine has been dubbed the new Noah Lyles, not just for his times, but also for his charisma, ambition, and love for the sport. Watching Usain Bolt's 200-meter world record of 19.19 inspired Divine early on, and he's studied legends like Allyson Felix and Bolt religiously. But despite his influences, he insists his running style is his own. In my opinion, I think my running style is unique and natural. I don't try to model it from anyone, he said in an interview with Sky Sports. His technique, especially in the 200 meters, is already catching attention. Divine says he tries to slingshot off the bend and keep the lead until the finish line. That level of awareness and strategic thinking is rare at any age, let alone 15. But perhaps what's most inspiring is his attitude. After breaking the record, Divine's first response was humility and gratitude. When I first saw it, I was in utter shock. I couldn't believe it. I was jumping about, running around. I just felt so happy. But I couldn't have done it without God. His faith, family, and discipline are the core of his story. Both of Divine's parents were elite sprinters themselves, representing Nigeria at the 2002 Commonwealth Games. His father, Innocent Iheme, competed in the 100 meters and long jump, while his mother, Nkiruka Anu, specialized in the 100 meters and 200 meters. It's no surprise then that speed runs in his veins. Divine credits his mother, who also trains him, for being one of the biggest reasons for his rapid development. Training has been really hard, but it pays off, he says. The level of dedication Divine brings to his training is unmatched. While other teens are navigating school, social life, and hobbies, Divine is balancing schoolwork with high-intensity track training. Early mornings, strict diet, technical drills, recovery sessions. His life is already structured like that of a professional athlete. It's this commitment that's turning heads in the athletics world. But Divine isn't just focused on breaking records, he's focused on breaking barriers. I feel like it gives me the confidence to break more and more barriers as I go through my journey, he said after his record-breaking performance. It's that mindset, that determination to constantly improve, that separates good athletes from legends. And Divine's not just thinking short-term. His sights are already set on future milestones, world championships, Olympic medals, and beyond. While many young athletes burn out from pressure or overexposure, Divine seems to thrive under the spotlight. He understands the fame, the expectations, and the attention that come with success, and he embraces it. He's committed to representing Great Britain on the international stage, despite his Nigerian heritage. This decision marks a proud moment for UK athletics, as one of its brightest prospects pledges his loyalty and dreams to the British flag. And he's not alone in his journey. Divine has a growing support system of fans, coaches, and mentors. His Instagram is exploding with thousands of new followers. Track pages, media outlets, and even veteran athletes are paying attention. The hype is real, but so is the talent. What's next for Divine? With this indoor season already making headlines, the outdoor season promises to be explosive. If he's running 6.71 at 15 indoors, what can we expect over 100 meters or 200 meters this summer? Coaches and analysts are already predicting times that could rival professional sprinters by next year. Beyond the metrics and medals, Divine's journey is already inspiring a generation. Young athletes across the UK and globally are beginning to see what's possible through his example. Schools and clubs are using his story to motivate their sprinters. His humble demeanor and strong work ethic are giving hope to kids who dream of greatness. Track and field experts have begun comparing Divine to past prodigies like Johan Blake and Christian Coleman, athletes who made waves as teenagers and went on to dominate the senior level. With Divine's rapid rise, it's clear he has the tools to follow that same path. He's already attending special training camps, getting access to elite-level coaching, and working on strength development that will be critical as he transitions into the U20 level. His coaches are making sure that while his speed is maturing, so is his form, technique, and injury prevention strategy. With his family's athletic background and personal drive, Divine is being groomed not just to be fast, but to be the best. There are whispers about him potentially going pro early or being scouted by major shoe companies looking to invest in the next generation of sprint stars. Despite the hype, Divine keeps things in perspective. He still finds time to be a teenager, hanging out with friends, enjoying music, and taking breaks when needed. His parents and coaches are careful to shield him from burnout, emphasizing joy and balance in his journey. So whether you're a casual sports fan or a diehard track enthusiast, remember the name Divine Iheme, because this 15-year-old isn't just running fast, he's racing into history, and he's only getting started.
Sat in the blocks a little bit longer though. Gout Gout did not want to tempt fate. He gets up on Us. He's out there a little bit wider now. Here's Aidan Murphy, but here comes Gout Gout. We knew we'd see this in the final 50, so let's watch the young superstar rise. He's flying. He will be Gout of this universe. Unbelievable 2.2.
He's just 17, but he's already running faster than most Olympians ever will. Gout Gout's 19.84-second 200-meter sprint didn't just break the clock, it broke expectations. On April 13, 2025, at the Australian Athletics Championships in Perth, something happened that stunned everyone. A 17-year-old sprinter from Queensland, Gout Gout, shocked the crowd with his incredible 200-meter run. He crossed the finish line in just 19.84 seconds. That time alone was amazing, but the fact that it came from a teenager made it even more unbelievable. There was a plus 2.2 meters per second tailwind helping him, which is slightly above the legal limit for records, but still, his speed was unreal. It wasn't just about how fast he ran, but how he ran. Smooth, powerful, and almost effortless. Usually, sprinting is ruled by athletes in their mid-20s, but that day, this teenager showed that he isn't just the future of sprinting. He's already making his mark right now. Before Perth, hardly anyone knew who Gout Gout was, but that changed overnight. Born in 2007 to South Sudanese parents who moved to Australia, Gout grew up in Logan, a suburb south of Brisbane that's known more for rugby league than track stars. His family's journey has been all about resilience and new beginnings, and now Gout is becoming the brightest part of their story. Standing almost 6 feet 3 inches tall with long legs and a strong stride, Gout was always fast, even before he started sprinting seriously. Teachers and friends noticed how quickly he could accelerate, whether he was playing soccer or just running in PE class. Soon, coaches saw his potential and guided him towards athletics. He started proper training in his early teens, and by the time he was 15, he was already running 200 meters in under 21 seconds. But still, no one, not even those who believed in him the most, expected what he did in April 2025. Breaking the barrier with wind at his back, Gout's 19.84-second sprint didn't count as an official record because of the slight tailwind, but honestly, that didn't matter. For a 17-year-old to run that fast, even with some wind help, is almost unheard of. To give you an idea, the world record for under 18 athletes in the 200 meters is 20.13 seconds, set by Usain Bolt. Even Bolt didn't break 20 seconds until he turned 18. And it wasn't just about Gout's time. He completely crushed the competition. He left experienced sprinters far behind, powering down the track without even looking tired. His running form was close to perfect. Relaxed shoulders, high knees, and a strong drive. He didn't look like a junior athlete hoping to keep up. He looked like a pro putting on a masterclass. That 19.84 sent out a clear message. Gout Gout isn't just a young talent anymore. He's a real threat on the world stage. A weekend of insane speed. What makes this story even crazier is that the 19.84 wasn't an isolated flash of brilliance. Just days earlier, Gout ran a 100-meter dash in 9.99 seconds, also wind-assisted plus 3.5 meters per second and plus 2.6 meters per second in separate runs, but still a staggering time for someone who wasn't even old enough to vote. It marked him as one of the rare athletes with elite range across both the 100-meter and 200-meter sprints. And these weren't flukes. Gout had been quietly building toward this. Under the guidance of Coach Di Shepherd, he had been refining his technique and improving his speed through focused training and consistent progression. That weekend in Perth became a statement. Gout wasn't just a next big thing. He was already here, the Ostrava confirmation. But some people still wondered if his run in Perth was just a one-time thing, helped by the strong wind. That question got answered 2 months later on June 24, 2025 at the Golden Spike Meet in Ostrava, Czech Republic. This time, with perfectly legal wind conditions, Gout ran an incredible 20.02 seconds, setting a new Oceanian and Australian under-20 record. This proved that his Perth sprint wasn't just luck. It was a glimpse of what he can really do. At only 17, he was now running times that put him among the best, no matter where or when he raced. That's almost unheard of for someone his age. And it wasn't just his speed that stood out this time. His race strategy was brilliant. He ran the bend perfectly, kept his pace under control as he entered the straight, and finished strong with the calmness of a professional. Analysts couldn't stop talking about his running technique, and commentators were left asking the obvious question, just how fast can this kid go? Comparisons to legends. It's hard to watch a teenager dominate like this and not think about the legends. Usain Bolt is the first name that comes to mind, and now people are seriously comparing Gout to him. Bolt ran 19.93 seconds when he was 17. Gout ran 19.84, even though it was wind-aided, but then proved it wasn't a fluke with his legal 20.02 run. Both are tall with smooth, powerful strides and a calm presence on the track. Even Bolt noticed it and said Gout reminds him of his younger self. But at the same time, Gout is creating his own identity. He's quiet and humble, very different from the flashy celebrations we often see in sprinting. After winning, he doesn't jump around or show off. He just calmly walks back to his lane, taking in the moment. That mindset might really help him as more and more people around the world start watching his every move. The challenges ahead. No meteoric rise comes without pressure. For Gout, the challenge will be managing expectations while continuing to grow physically and mentally. He's still developing, still learning how to race, how to peak at the right times, how to recover between rounds. Injury prevention will be key. The history of sprinting is littered with young stars who flamed out due to mismanagement or burnout. But so far, Gout's team appears to be striking the right balance, allowing him to race sparingly but meaningfully, prioritizing long-term success over short-term glory. There's also the question of competition. With Paris 2024 already behind and Los Angeles 2028 in clear view, Gout's real test will come against the world's best in their prime. Ariane Knighton, Noah Lyles, and other elite sprinters are not standing still. To win at the global level, Gout will need not just talent, but the grit and consistency that define champions. An inspiration beyond the track. Beyond the stopwatch, Gout's story is already inspiring a new generation. For young Australians, especially those from migrant communities, he represents a dream realized. A kid from Logan, with roots in South Sudan, rising to become a world-class athlete on his own terms. He's already using his platform to highlight inclusivity and opportunity in sport. His presence is reshaping what the face of Australian athletics looks like and what's possible for kids from all backgrounds. In a country that hasn't historically been known for sprinting dominance, Gout is rewriting the narrative. The sprinting world has been warned. With every stride, Gout Gout is forcing the sprinting world to take notice. His 19.84 might not have been legal for records, but it was more than enough to prove a point. This teenager is a force of nature. He's not waiting for his turn, he's taking it. As the 2025 season rolls on and his performances stack up, the question now is not if he'll break records, it's when. His name is already echoing through track circles, media headlines, and fan forums. And he's just getting started.
Another really good start there, and they're away in this men's under-18 200-metre final, so we're about to wind him up and watch him go here. Gout Gout, he's already got the stagger, so he moves right on past Chase Grant, and now we really start to open him up. So let the legs loose and let the kid run. He is absolutely gone. He is Gout of this world. 20.07.
Wow.
That is not huge.
Gout Gout just did what everyone hoped wouldn't happen. He didn't just win, he destroyed the field. At only 17, he broke records, outran legends, and etched his name into history. People knew this day would come, but no one thought it'd be this soon. They were scared of the moment he'd take over. Well, that moment is here. The beginning of something unstoppable. From the very first steps on the track, those close to him knew there was something different about Gout. Born in Queensland, Australia, to South Sudanese parents who migrated in 2005, his journey started far from any spotlight. But even back at Ipswich Grammar School, teachers and coaches could see it. Quiet, focused, and unbelievably fast, he stood out, not just because he was quick, but because of the way he carried himself. He wasn't just another fast kid. He was the fast kid, and then came December 2024, the Australian All-Schools Championships. That was the day everything changed. At just 16, Gout ran the 200 meters in a mind-blowing 20.04 seconds. That wasn't just fast, it was history-breaking. He smashed Usain Bolt's under-18 record of 20.13 seconds, a record that had stood untouched for more than 20 years. In that single race, he didn't just beat history, he rewrote it. The record that echoed worldwide. Gout's 20th of April wasn't just a victory. It was a statement. He broke Peter Norman's 56-year-old Australian national record, and overnight, the world took notice. Track and field forums lit up, Olympic analysts started talking, and even Usain Bolt's own fans began to whisper, "Is this the one? Is Gout Gout the next sprinting phenomenon?" In a sport ruled by loud, larger-than-life stars, here was a quiet teenager with world-class speed and a calm, almost unbothered attitude. He didn't go looking for the spotlight, but the spotlight chased him anyway. Climbing higher in Perth. Then came April 2025, the Australian Athletics Championships in Perth, the 200-meter final. The stakes were higher than ever, and expectations were through the roof. But Gout Gout? He didn't even flinch, and he delivered the kind of performance athletes spend their whole lives dreaming about. He ran a jaw-dropping 19.84 seconds. The crowd erupted. Commentators were left speechless. But there was a twist. The tailwind was just slightly over the legal limit, plus 2.2 meters per second, just 0.2 over what would have made his time official. But honestly, it didn't matter, because wind or no wind, that race made one thing clear. Gout Gout had arrived, respect and rivalry. But it wasn't just his speed that stole the headlines that day, it was what happened before the race even started. Lachlan Kennedy, Gout's biggest rival in Australia, false started. Disqualified before he could even take a step. It was a brutal moment, but as the race ended and cameras zoomed in, Kennedy didn't walk away in anger. Instead, he went straight to Gout and pulled him in for an embrace. No bitterness, no ego, just pure respect. That moment went viral. Two young men chasing greatness, understanding exactly what it takes. For Kennedy, his journey continues. For Gout, it was just another brick laid on the road to legend. Not just the next Bolt. People can't help but compare him to Usain Bolt, and honestly, it makes sense. Gout's times at just 16 and 17 have already beaten what Bolt ran at the same age. But here's the thing. Gout isn't out there trying to be the next Bolt. He's building his own path, a legacy that isn't just about records, but about discipline, resilience, and that quiet fire inside him. Just 2 weeks before his incredible 19.84 run, Gout actually had a disappointing race. Most athletes would have crumbled under that kind of pressure, but not him. He trained harder, locked in his focus, and came back to run one of the fastest under 2,200 meter times ever recorded in any conditions. Behind every sprint, a relentless coach,